campaigns for Trump and Biden before the candidates are even here. They have allies of the president and former president who are meeting with small business owners.
That's Fox's Grady Trimble in Atlanta. Today's Supreme Court opinions could include one already posted briefly on the court's website, dismissing a case about emergency abortions in Idaho.
If that winds up nearing the actual opinion, it avoids a ruling on a major hot topic in an election year, but gives the Biden administration a temporary win on procedural grounds because it will broaden access to emergency abortion, at least in the short term.
Fox's Shannon Bream in D.C. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
Well, happy Thursday morning. So happy it is Thursday.
Friday Eve.
Friday Eve. I'm
That's
Rayford
right.
Brown.
I'm Lee Barrows.
And welcome to the Friday Eve edition of Live and Local Real Talk. We do appreciate y'all joining us today. And, we may as well just jump on in here. The first thing you said this morning when you walked through the door, well, that thing over there that was yellow yesterday is no longer yellow.
It's orange.
The X.
Yeah, X
The
is
X marks
growing.
the spot going, and it is becoming more of an X. The talking about a system that has come off the coast of Africa, a wave they call it, and it's southwest of the Cabo, which are a few hundred miles off the coast, a couple of hundred miles off the coast of Africa. And this one's something we need to, kind of keep our eyes on. We'll talk about the other one as well. We're not out of the woods on that one. It doesn't look like it's going to do much of anything, but there is always the potential. You know how that works. The latest advisory from the National Hurricane Center in Miami. A tropical wave located several hundred miles now southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands continues to produce disorganized shower and thunderstorm activity. Environmental conditions are forecast to be unusually conducive for late June across the central and western tropical Atlantic, and further development of this system is anticipated. A tropical depression or tropical storm likely to form this weekend several hundred miles east of the Windward Islands while the system moves westward, and it's kind of zipping along 15 to 20 miles per hour. Over the next 2 days, 48 hours, there's a 40% chance of formation. Over the next 7 days, 70% chance of formation. That's been growing every day since this thing showed up, which has only been a couple of days.
Yes.
So anyway, that's what's out there. Now the other one is south of Cuba in the Caribbean. It's still moving westward, which means it could be northwestward too, and that looks like the general direction. But it is much closer to the Caribbean central part of the Cuban nation, just south of it and near the center of that kind of Long Island. And what it does now, who knows? It could thread the little section of open water between the Yucatan Peninsula and Cuba and, continue to gain strength or start to gain some strength, and it could become organized. Right now, it's still disorganized, and it's got disorganized showers and thunderstorms accompanying it.
Yes.
The only thing is impacting, of course, is going to be at this time shipping interest or boating interest or whatever around that part of the world. Now, we'll keep our eyes on it, and there's no need to jump up and down, scream and holler and shout and carry on. It ain't coming this way that we know of. We don't know yet until it gets developed and forms something that they can actually track in a decent way. Then it's going to remain an area of disorganized shower and thunderstorm activity. Both of them will. So we're not in the woods yet.
No,
We're not in the bullseye, and all we need to do is give some thoughts, and we'll talk about that too coming up during the weather. You do need a plan of action. You should have had it all along.
Definitely.
And that's not just for hurricanes, but it becomes more likely this time of year that we will have something moving around. June is very early for the East Coast. It's not too early for them to form up,
Right.
but it is kind of It is early for any significant formation.
Right. Well, just be on alert. And like you said, start preparing now. Don't wait until one's heading our way.
Yeah, you should have a basic plan of action, and we'll talk about that again too. But as you go along, a plan, you can go to ready.gov.
Right.
Scroll down to the bottom of that,
Put that on there.
ready.gov. Scroll down to the bottom and look for something that says plans. Find a plan that will fit your lifestyle. I mean, if you live in a mobile home, this plan may not be what you will apply to you. You may need something a little bit more intensive. So that's the way things are, and we'll like I said, we'll keep talking about it. We've got another person showed up.
Yep, I'm here
Why are you staying up all night?
working.
No, you're not.
Yes.
Can't be working all night.
Till 2 a.m.
Mm.
Well, I got you beat. I was up to 3.
You'll get confused by 2 a.m. and you won't have a clue what you're doing.
I feel confused.
You will
I had to
absolutely.
check, make sure my pants were zipped before I walked through the door right here. Like,
I have
I'm
to do that
confused
every
today.
day. And I've found numerous times where that was one of those things that I failed to do.
no. Well, luckily I had done it, but I don't remember doing it. I'm tired.
Mhm.
So
Well, I'm glad it's Friday.
it's
Friday
Thursday.
Eve.
Friday Eve. Yeah.
He's trying to confuse
I
you.
know. It's,
I'm going to have to take a nap so I can watch this debate tonight.
What debate?
That debate. I've had 2 hours sleep like Kelly. I was 3 when I went to bed.
You've had 2 hours sleep preparing for a debate.
No, I had 2 hours sleep, so I'm going to have a nap today so I can be ready for the debate tonight because it comes on at 9 o'clock.
The power is going to go. They're going to have a network interruption tonight. CNN's going
20,
to go
30
off the
years
air.
ago, I could stay up.
Well,
Not anymore.
they'll have there will be some kind of a glitch. There may be a war. There may be this hurricane that happens suddenly and impacts the area. It could shut CNN down tonight. I don't know. Come on.
I will tell you one thing, though. The memes on TikTok are hilarious.
Oh, really?
For Biden.
Oh my! Well, they had and I had another one I was going to show you. I had to look it up, but they had 2 kids that looked like Trump and Biden and speaking in kids. It was funny, but the one I showed them this morning, Kelly, was where they had Biden all wired up with wires and everything, prepared him for the day. It was just
It's like
oh my gosh,
monitoring devices. It looks like.
yeah, like little electric
Yeah.
shockers and stuff
Oh, shockers to
like that.
keep 'em going.
Oh yeah, he looked
well.
like
Y'all,
Iron Man.
Oh, wow.
It's cute to have those kinds of things, and
It
and
is.
it's good for our sense of humor.
it is. It's
regardless
just
of
good
who
humor.
regardless of who it is. I'm sure the orange hair stuff is going to be
Mhm.
popping around here.
They had just as much on one as they did the other.
Yeah.
They were hilarious.
It's always kind of funny to watch that kind of stuff happen, but it's all right. It's okay.
Yes.
Let's see what else we got cooking this morning. There's a bunch out there. Let's go back to history.
All right, let's do history.
1950. On this date, 74 years ago, President Harry S. Truman ordered U.S. air and naval forces to South Korea to aid the democratic nation in repulsing an invasion by communist North Korea. The United States was undertaking the major military operation. Now, keep in mind, this was just like 5 years after we got out of World War II, to enforce the United Nations resolution calling for an end to hostilities and to stem the spread of communism in Asia. In addition to ordering U.S. forces to Korea, Truman also deployed the U.S. 7th Fleet to Formosa, that's now called Taiwan, to guard against an invasion by communist China, and ordered an acceleration of military aid to French forces fighting communist guerrillas in Vietnam. All of this was at one point in time, 1950. I was not aware that what we did in 1950, what Truman did in 1950, also involved increasing military aid to French forces fighting in Vietnam. I thought it was a few years after that. For some reason, I picked about 1954 as our first even recognize where in the Sam Hill is Vietnam. I mean, I even heard that growing up.
Over yonder.
Over yonder.
Over
It's
yonder.
way over yonder.
Right.
It's about that big. It's not much to it. But I remember all of that stuff. But I did not know it was tied in. There's another one. You do one thing and you tie in a bunch of other stuff. I guess they were sort of related to the spread of communism at the time, and we were all concerned about that. I do remember a few years after that, because I wasn't really old at that time. I was only 2 years old in 1950, but a few years later, I do remember them seeing some replays on these communist inquisitions, shall we say,
Right.
back here at home. Elites were accused of being communists. They had gone to some commie party at one time or another.
You talking about Hanoi Jane? Hanoi?
No,
that's
this
for
was,
Vietnam.
this was way before then.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you're talking
know
about
what you're
Vietnam.
talking
Yeah,
about.
this
Oh,
was
okay.
He's
Com-
talking about Hoover's
yes,
investigation.
Hoovers
of-
and others.
No, I was still on the other. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but anyway, it was a big mess way back then. And by today's standards, that was a nice, calm, peaceful day on the ocean. Think about it. Look at where we are today. We don't even know which way to go. At that Yalta conference towards the end of World War II, the United States, the USSR, and Great Britain agreed to divide Korea into two separate occupation zones. Help me out here. This is the part of history that is a little vague to me. So they held this Yalta conference right around the end of World War II. Russia and the United States were allies, sort of, kind of. We didn't trust them. Keep your enemies close, but keep your guns well oiled, type thing. But where did Korea come into play here? Come up
I don't know.
at the end of World War II.
Mhm.
All right. Got confusing, really confusing. The country was split along what they call the 38th parallel. I remember hearing a lot about it. Was occupying the northern zone, an American station in the south.
On the 38th parallel,
30th. He was down further. 38th,
he went up to the 38th.
38th parallel. In 1947, the United States and Great Britain called for free elections throughout Korea. Guess who said, not going to happen, not up on the northern side? That would have been the Soviets. In May 1948, the Korean Democratic Party's People's Republic, a communist state, was proclaimed in North Korea. A couple of months later, in August, the Democratic Republic of Korea was established in the south. By 1949, both the United States and the USSR had withdrawn the majority of their troops from the Korean Peninsula, and we left them there alone to fight it out. The commies from the north invaded the south at that point in time.
Mhm.
And I'm not drawing any parallels to the Civil War here in this country, the northern versus the south.
Right.
Well, that it was not a war. The Congress agreed. They supported Truman. The people of this country supported Truman in his actions. I don't think anybody wanted a war, but then suddenly we ended up with ground troops in South Korea.
Yeah.
Fighting
Mm-hmm.
North Koreans. And turns out there are a bunch of Chinese folks in there, Chinese communists. Guess what kind of weapons they were using? Russian-made tanks, artillery, small arms, provided by our allies, quote unquote, the Russians.
Mm-hmm.
That's not surprising.
What a mess! What a holy mess that we always seem to get into. All right, coming up later on this morning, we're going to be talking a little bit about sports. We got Ospreys to talk about. We got some fine local high school stuff to talk about as
Yes,
well.
we
I know
do.
Chris Miller will be
Can't
all
wait.
over that. He always is, and I'll give you a thumbs up, Chris. You're good. If he's watching or listening, that was a thumbs up, Chris. Yes, that was a thumb, Chris. Not the other ones.
Very good.
Law enforcement officials in Maricopa County, Arizona, I love that place, have arrested a temporary election worker. Charging him with stealing a security fob and keys from a ballot tabulation center.
Oh, great. Here we go.
According to a probable cause statement, 27-year-old Walter Ringfield of Phoenix was seen on security footage taking the items shortly after 5 p.m. last Thursday. The video shows him approaching a desk and multiple tabulators, then taking a red wrist lanyard containing the security fob and keys. Hey, I mean, dude, look around. They got cameras. You were caught. They got cameras everywhere.
Yes.
Ringfield placed the lanyard in his shorts pocket after briefly stretching. And he tried to disguise his actions. When confronted by his employer, Ringfield denied that, but then suggested the lanyard might be in his car if he had mistakenly taken it. A search of his vehicle revealed a red lanyard and a matching plastic tag, but the fob was missing. Detectives arrested Ringfield in criminal damage. At the time, they Ringfield's car matching the description of the missing lanyard, taking the fob, but claimed he returned it after about 20 minutes, citing to desire to clean up in hopes of securing a permanent employment position at the Maricopa County Tabulation and Election Center. I suspect that dream turned nightmare is not going to pay off for you, big boy.
I agree with
You're
that.
done.
Yep. Imagine that.
Detectives searched Ringfield's residence and found the missing fob on a dresser in his master bedroom. Go figure.
Not smart.
And that's what they call a rap in the movie business.
It's a wrap.
Though I would like to know who put him up to this dirty little deed.
Right.
He's not bright enough to do it himself. Oh my God. If that's the case, I'm pretty sure he's going to be singing like a songbird in the early morning hours.
Interesting.
Dude, you're eat up with dumb, and there's not a whole lot of hope for you for your future. That's all I can tell you. All right, today's severe weather tip brought to you by John Stars Electric, your Generac generator dealer here in Jacksonville. We worry, as we should, about what we should do prior to a severe storm, such as a hurricane, when it's coming in our direction. Generally speaking, that's called preparation. As the storm is breathing down our necks, it's panic time. Did I get enough food and water to get my family through the storm? What happens if we're stuck for several days after the storm passes? Depending on the storm, power could be out for several days or even longer. Without power, gas stations can't pump gasoline. Grocery stores could be shut down. Even when power comes back on, those same stores may not get new stock for who knows how long. In other words, what you do to prepare for a storm should include plans to get through until the area is back to normal for you and your family. You're going to have to hunker down. Let's think. Before a storm starts, before a storm gets here, you need to fill up your car or your cars with gasoline.
Mm-hmm.
Do that. If you have a portable generator, make sure do that now. Fill several gasoline cans with ethanol-free gasoline. If it's not available, you'll have to deal with what you can get. But this is important. Once we're back to normal, use that gasoline, the gasoline from the cans that you stored up, to fill your car whenever you need fuel. Don't just let it sit there in some a gasoline can over in the corner of your garage. It's going to become bad. You don't want to store ethanol gasoline for any period of time. Ask any professional who uses small engines like chainsaws, lawnmowers, and weed eaters. They know. You can check with experienced boaters too. They know the problems inherent with ethanol. Next, did you get enough water and food before the storm hit? You might want to have a few cans of non-perishable soups and other food products on hand. Better than nothing. Don't forget the needs of any children in the house. Sometimes they get a little finicky when it comes to food. Double check your supply of food for your pets. Hello. While you're calculating how much water you'll need, add some for your critters as well. If there's someone in your home who requires oxygen, if you're using a machine to supply that oxygen, that's a machine that runs off of electricity. You might want to consider getting a few bottles of O2, keep it around the house just in case. They don't need juice from the electric lines. If you have a grill, either charcoal or propane, don't forget to have fuel on hand. Don't use it in your garage during the hurricane. Wait till after the storm passes. You can use it then outside. You can cook on grills. You might not know that. Even if it doesn't have one of those burners, you can still cook on even a charcoal grill. If you're worried about all that soot that will accumulate on your pots, well, guess what? Just wrap the outside in aluminum foil. Y'all ever done
That's
that?
a good point.
That's what you do when you go camping, right? That's what we used to do. We just, because we didn't
Well,
want to
you
have to clean those stupid pots.
When I got new pots and pans, I saved the old ones and put those up in the garage
There
to
you
use
go.
on the grill.
That's the other thing you can do.
Yes.
As soon as the storm passes, you should take a look at your freezers. Anything that was frozen, if the power is still out, steaks, seafood, whatever, now would be the time to start eating it. Eat that first. Save the cans of stuff till later. Better than having to throw it away after it thaws out. When you're checking for damage, be very careful. Power lines on the ground may still be energized. You do not know. So hopefully the breakers pop, but that doesn't always happen. You might have hot lines on the ground. Stay away from them. Snakes. You ready for this one?
No.
Snakes tend to seek high ground when there's a lot of rain. Look carefully before reaching anywhere you can't see. Don't just assume you can reach behind the couch there to plug something in on your deck, because there may be a snake lurking back there.
I'm good with that.
Take pictures of any damage. It will make your life much easier when dealing with insurance adjusters. Talk with your neighbors. If you're the only house without power, there may be an issue with the entrance line coming to your home and your home alone. Call the power company if you don't have juice. From time to time, the lights go out until the power company has restored electricity to your house. You could be more comfortable if you had installed a John Starr's electric standby generator early on. We have almost 6 months left of the 2024 Atlantic hurricane season, and this is a great time to give the team a call. Get the ball rolling, and when Mother Nature deals you the bad blow, your life will be much easier, less stressful, and your recovery will be less hectic. John Starr's Electric, 910-989-1908. Give them a call today. You'll be glad you did when those lights go out. Your complete weather forecasts when we come back. Don't go away.
Honors Gold and Top American groups. You ready for the Four Seasons? Tommy James and the Shondells, Booker T and the MGs, Mamas and Papas, Beach Boys, Ventures, Doors, Monkeys, Rascals, Loving Spoonful, Paul Revere and the Raiders. I love Paul Revere and the Raiders. Top American groups. Next go Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on Freedom 97.1 and 11:20 a.m. WSME.
Liberty Mutual presents How to Get Ahead at Work.
It's simple. Just ask for a meeting with your supervisor. While you're discussing the latest sales reports, just slip into the conversation that you customized your home insurance with Liberty Mutual and saved hundreds. Whoa! The business savvy you showed saving hundreds of dollars on home insurance will have you running seminars on saving money in no time.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Based on recent survey of new customers who switched and saved. Underwritten company and affiliates. Exclusive Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Let's take a moment to appreciate our sweet children, loving grandparents, and eternal soulmates. Now let's use them to save money on wire. The Straight Talk Silver Plan. You get 4 lines for just $25 a month with unlimited data and no contracts. So add those human pawns, loved ones, and save money. Thanks, kids. They're finally worth it. Straight Talk Wireless. Available at Walmart.
Get 4 lines on Silver Unlimited for $25 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. For data management practices and additional terms, visit straighttalk.com.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Flatwoods Outfitters, veteran owned and operated, 111 Second Amendment Lane, just off Highway 24 between Swansboro and Jacksonville. And Hubert takes this time to ask you to join them in celebrating America's 248th birthday this Independence Day, July 4th. Serving Eastern North Carolina for over 40 years, Flatwoods Outfitters is Onslow County's oldest firearm dealer and is one of the most complete sporting and firearm facilities in Eastern North Carolina, right here in your backyard. Complete with a shooting range and instruction. Flatwoods Outfitters carries all major brand names of shotguns, long guns, pistols, and ammunition to bag your limit for whatever game is in season, from bear to dove. Flatwoods Outfitters also takes pride in helping you protect your Second Amendment rights and recommends that you take advantage of their outdoor shooting range to learn how to safely handle any firearm for personal safety or sporting. At Flatwoods Outfitters, you can sight in your scope and use your shooting or archery range. If you're interested in a concealed weapon permit, Flatwoods Outfitters can help with that also. So, whether you are a sportsman or concerned about personal safety, let your friendly and knowledgeable staff at Flatwoods Outfitters assist you. For range hours, call 910-353-7593. That's 910-353-7593. Veteran owned and operated, Flatwoods Outfitters, 111 Second Amendment Lane, Hubert, where they aim to preserve our hunting heritage, wildlife, and constitution. Flatwoods Outfitters, where they aim to please.
Attention property owners, are you fed up with bad tenants, under market rents, and late payments? At Fountain Management, we provide unrivaled levels of expertise and all the tools and services you need to make owning a rental property easy and profitable. Are you ready to talk about taking the management of your real estate investment to the next level? Well, contact us today. Fountain Management, 910-455-1609. We will make owning your rental property simple and rewarding.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
And your weather forecast. Brought to you daily by Community Prevention Services right here in Jacksonville. Everyone has good days and bad days, right? When life is getting to you, said that you're having more bad days than good days, you might need a little help. Whether it's the stress of your job, perhaps you're stressed because you can't find a job, at least one that you like. Sometimes things are out of your control. Your organization may hire someone as a new supervisor and you just don't see eye to eye with that person. How many times does that happen?
A lot, actually.
I will guarantee it happens a lot. He or she just rubs you the wrong way. The counselors at Community Prevention Services may explain that whatever is going on is not your fault, but in reality, you may have to either move on or just deal with the issues. The one thing you don't want is to blame yourself. How many people do that?
A lot of people do that.
They just blame themselves for whatever's going on in their lives. They say, well, it's just my fault. This, I hadn't done that. Don't they call that the biggest word in the English language?
Mm-hmm.
So you might even be able to switch to a different shift, avoiding your immediate supervisor altogether. Depends upon where you work. That would be a good idea. Call Community Prevention Services today. The trained staff has your interest at heart, and you're never going to hear what you shared only with your counselor from anyone else. Everything you talk about is strictly confidential. Don't let finances hold you back. The company accepts most insurance plans. Call today for an appointment. 910-353-0972. Community Prevention Services of Jacksonville, located at 918 Henderson Drive. Offshore today, out to 20 nautical miles. Southwesterly winds 10 to 15 knot, seas 3 to 4 feet. 3-foot waves from the south every 5 seconds. Still kind of close together, meaning it's going to be a little bit choppy out there. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop tomorrow. Northeasterly winds around 5 knots, becoming easterly 10 to 15 in the afternoon. Seas coming down 2 to 3 feet. Sounds and rivers flat, increasing to a moderate chop in the afternoon. And on Saturday, Southerly winds 5 to 10 knots, seas 2 to 3, sounds and rivers a light shock.
Today, showers and thunderstorms are likely, mainly after 3 p.m. Otherwise, partly sunny, high of 94, with a heat index value as high as 106. Tonight, more of the same. Patchy fog before 9, shockingly. That's a little unusual. And then tomorrow morning after 5 a.m., there'll be more of the same. Otherwise, mostly cloudy, low of 71. And we still have a 60% chance of rain tonight. So it says showers and thunderstorms after 11. So,
Yeah, well,
I'm
we
praying.
do need it. Water in the garden yesterday afternoon. Oh,
Tomorrow's going to be 90.
Well, you know how
that sucker was sucking up a lot of moisture.
Yeah.
I cleaned my front yard yesterday, did the bushes, edge, but I didn't mow. All I did was take the weed
didn't
eater
have to mow.
and knock down a few
Sprouts.
A little
few
dandelion, yeah.
I haven't mowed in over 2 weeks in the front. It's
Mhm.
dead. It's dying.
Hey, Rayford,
Got nothing wrong with that personally, but it's okay. Go ahead.
do you like records? Do you like North Carolina setting records?
It depends.
Well, you not
Yes
gonna,
and no.
you're not going to like this one then.
Okay.
So in 2020,
Mm-hmm.
North Carolina set a record for the most snake bites, 733.
I can understand that.
In 2024, in the first 6 months, apparently we've had in the first 6 months, we've had the most snake bites ever. First 6 months of this year, we've already had 257.
Well, let's just think for just a second. The first 6 months of this year,
Yeah,
that included the first 3 months where snakes are not out, right?
correct.
Uh,
Yes.
But we did get warmer a little bit earlier
We
this year.
did,
So
and-
that's one of the reasons, I guarantee you.
Mhm. And at Wake Med Hospital alone, since June 1st, 9 patients had been treated for snake bites, and 6 needed a lot of antivenom.
This is not helping me.
I know.
I have
And-
got some.
So we're talking about in
Fence
3 weeks. That's 3 a week.
And they're saying what's happening is the heat and lack of rain
Mhm.
are making the snakes need water and food,
Oh,
so
they're
they're
coming to your
venturing
house.
out.
Coming to
I
your
have
house.
got
Yeah.
some fence wood piled
Yeah,
up.
don't even do it, Lee.
and to replace some other fencing that I'm working on. And every time I go out, I look at it. I'm like, nope. I'm scared to lift
Don't
it.
lift it. I would
Uh-uh.
suggest you don't. And a lot of them
Just
are.
throw a rope around and pull it, separate it a little bit at a time.
Oh, then you're really gonna like this one. And
Flame
they
torch.
they studied 2,700 snake bites here in North Carolina, just over a period of time.
Oh, okay.
25% of the bites happened when people were gardening, and 40% when people were walking.
Mhm.
And a lot of them happen. Snakes are more active at dawn and at dusk.
Yep. Friend of mine
yeah.
over there in Carteret County a few years ago. He was walking out to his mailbox. He had, I think he had flip flops on or something. Walking out to his mailbox there, in his driveway. It was too dark to see everything. Snakes can kind of blend in with parts of your driveway or whatever. Yes. And he got right there, and that copperhead bit him
Well,
on the ankle.
The yard
He
will
was
never
out
get mowed
of-
now.
He was out of condition, out of work. He didn't do much of anything. He stayed in the hospital for a long time with that one.
this lady did to this
Phew.
girl.
And it kills your skin.
Yeah. She spent 15 hours at Wake Med with antivenom and morphine. And funny you mentioned copperheads.
They're
They're the most common
that's
venomous
it.
snake bite in North Carolina, and cottonmouths are the second.
Hmm.
See, I'm afraid of a snake. I saw,
Cottonmouths usually stay around the water.
Yeah.
Copperheads are not far from it. Pretty much all snakes can swim. You gotta
Yeah.
understand
Every
that.
time this curtain hits my ankle.
I know. I got my
Like,
feet up on the
"Thanks,
bottom
Kelly."
of the chair. Well, I've seen more and more. There was a snake in my neighborhood yesterday on the street. Now I could tell it did not look venomous.
Neighborhood state.
Well, they did.
No, he was slithering.
No, it'd be dead.
I drove
They
around
only-
him, believe it or not. I know because
I drive over
Rayford,
him.
but I have this,
But I lift my feet.
but I have a very irrational fear that it's going to come up through the bottom of the car into my car. It's a stupid fear. It's very dumb. Even I recognize that. I drove around him. I'm sorry I did.
You ready
I
for
run
this one?
over them and then I back up and do it again. But I always pick my feet up when I
I
run
always
over
pick my
'em.
feet when I
I don't
run
know
over one.
why.
I do it. I'm with you. I do the same
I don't know.
thing.
Yeah.
But
I had a
just
friend
couldn't
that
do it.
Oh.
he had a hot little car.
hmm
He got over one and he backed up over it. Then he got just behind it, and he took off, spinning his tires. He threw that snake went flying.
In his car?
I hope his windows
no,
roll.
out the back.
Okay.
I hope his windows are up though.
No,
See,
no, no.
that I just have a fear of coming in. No, that's why I don't have trees in my yard.
Now,
Yeah,
you know,
I keep my feet up right now.
I don't have a problem in killing snakes, and you know, and I try not to pick up. Robbie called me one day. She was walking her dog, and it was a non-venomous one right on the edge of her. But no big deal.
Yeah,
I didn't kill him, and just let him go eat some mosquitoes and some rats and whatever
Yeah.
else you want to eat. That's good with me.
yeah.
No, I was in the bushes yesterday cutting.
That's what I'm saying. Be careful, Lee. It says don't garden. Just be vigilant.
I'm gonna
We're trying to
hire
set a
lands-
record.
I'm looking for someone to mow my yard.
You did. But anyway, I was driving on a little, believe it or not, at Carolina Beach. There was a little dirt road interconnecting.
Right.
Nobody lived
Yeah.
on that section right there.
Right.
So I think it's been paved by now. I was driving along, and there was a pretty good sized snake. And yes, it was a copperhead.
Of course it
And
was.
yes, I drove over him, and my little car at the time went over and bounced back down. So I backed back over him, and I parked on top of it. I get out there, and I didn't park on his head, but his head was going back and ticked off little snake.
Well, I bet he was. You heard him.
Well, I opened the back of my little Vega station wagon, and I got a light pole out that you put lights on a light stand.
Uh-huh.
I beat him to death with that.
See, I would be too fearful to get that close to do even
I'd
attempt
rather
to
go
do
back
that. I'm
and talk
sorry.
about hurricanes.
I mean, I could have shot him, but I was in the city limits of Carolina Beach, and the only thing I had was a 357 Magnum. That just wouldn't have not gone over very well at all, right?
No.
Mhm.
No.
And the chief would have been really mad at me. I can tell you that. So I didn't do it. I don't know why. I mean, you know, just let him live and he'll stay away from it. No, he's got my name tattooed somewhere on his hide. He wants me. I just know he does. And I don't want to get bit by a snake. The recovery is very lengthy. I'm not trying to be.
Yes, I've heard that.
My friend there in Carter, he used to work at the community college there. And David, he suffered for a year in recovering from that thing. Kills skin, it kills all sorts of stuff around it. So it looked bad, looked really bad. Okay, guys, we got kind of an open mic Thursday today. We got in an hour, we're going to be talking with Chris. It'll be Miller Time, our weekly Miller Time. So if you want to talk, now is your chance. Don't wait until the last minute when we get all booked up with stuff. You got time right now. And our number is 910-333-0139. We are going to take a break. And we'll be back in a couple of minutes with your calls if you want to chat.
That's right.
You got something you want to chat about? What about the debate?
Do not call about snakes. Let's talk debate.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about, the other
Well, we
snake.
can talk about the NC House of Representatives.
What now?
They voted to override a bunch of the vetoes yesterday.
Oh yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's because Cooper has made history of being the most vetoed governor. So
Well, some of the stuff, juvenile justice and again.
All right. So hang in there. We'll take some commercial break. We'll be back on the other side. We do have one caller waiting. You're live and local Real Talk. Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME.
Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane and Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane and Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane and Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
Chico's Tires, 2320 Wilmington Highway, is Jacksonville's oldest tire company. And now Jacksonville's newest tire company is Little Chico's, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard. Little Chico's carries all the major brands and all sizes, such as Michelin, Goodyear, BF Goodrich, Bridgestone, and many others, and all new tires have warranty. In addition to a great selection of new tires, Little Chico's has used tires starting at only $30. In addition to new and used tires, Little Chico's does brake service, truck repair, and towing. So if you need tires, new or used, brake service, minor auto or truck repair, or if you need a tow, visit Jacksonville's newest tire store, Little Chico's, 1675 North Marine Boulevard. By phone 910-333-0473 for Little Chico's Tire Service, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville. When it comes to paint and paint supplies, whether a contractor or homeowner, since 1957, people have depended on Jacksonville's premier paint store, CNS Paint, for all their paint, painting supplies, and accessories, as well as providing expert knowledge in helping with a particular paint project. CNS Paint, with locations in Jacksonville at 6 Doris Avenue, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, and 105 Wayne Drive, Morehead City. CNS Paint is close and convenient to cover the Crystal Coast with quality PPG paint for any project, residential or commercial. Color is often the first impression of a home or community. PPG's team of designers, experienced in both new home construction and residential repaint, have compiled over 2,000 color schemes to provide you with a selection that appeals to homeowners. A beautiful and lasting paint job starts with quality PPG paint. For more information, phone 910-455-0210 or visit CNS Paint, 6 Doris Avenue, Jacksonville, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, or 105 Wayne Drive in Morehead City, or online, cspaintcenter.com. CNS Paint, Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957.
This just in, I think there's been a prison break, and reports are saying it's the Scorcher. Yes, the Scorcher has escaped and is running rampant across Comfortville. Apparently, he's targeting conditioning units. Yes, and wait a second. It seems that reports are flooding in. Citizens feeling uncomfortable, hot, and in extreme cases, I hesitate to say this on the air, people are even sweating. Wait a minute, we're now getting word there seems to be some sort of disturbance. Oh, Bryant Man is on the scene, and he has apprehended the Scorcher. All right. Tune in again for another tale of Bryant Man, always doing whatever it takes.
Call Down East Heating and Air Conditioning at 346-4311 and let them keep you comfortable this summer. Down East Heating and Air, serving our community for over 25 years. Down East can also help you with your home guttering needs. Call Down East today, 346-4311. Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for summer. And you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Come today and see how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up control with traditional lap to a familiar steering wheel experience. Four-wheel control provides precision, maneuverability, and stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Adjustable automotive-inspired high back seat lets you comfortably cut at your maximum speed, while a heavy-duty mowing deck powers your yard for a premium cut. Combine steering wheel control with premium features of the Cub Cadet Ultima Series, and you get a zero-turn mower ready to unlock the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and a superior service.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay. And on the line, I think it's Bill. Is that Bill?
Yes.
Hey, Bill. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Yeah, I was glad to look at a bottle of isopropyl alcohol, and they took all that stuff about taking a bath in it or, adding it to bath water off of it and put more warnings about breathing it, etc.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So, yep. That was good to see. And then, when they're talking about, critters getting into your house and stuff and snakes, that I know that the smell of snakes, they smell very, very keenly. And putting mothballs or moth flakes around the edge of your gardens,
really,
and stuff, it'll keep them away.
That'll keep me away too.
Yeah, it's got that strong odor. Just another thing, like around if you crawl space and put some ammonia around the inside, or the same thing, you put moth flakes.
Bill, I'm gonna go out here on a limb. I'm gonna venture to say that if they find either you or me crawling in our crawl space, they're gonna call somebody out to get us out.
Well, yeah, I try not to do it.
I don't do it anymore.
I
I
still
used
end
to.
up doing it periodically. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm not too like I around the edge of your home though. That'll keep a lot of the critters out.
Okay.
You know.
Well,
But just calling in to say that and just
all
add
right.
that
I
as
appreciate that, sir.
a
Thank you.
possibility.
Thank you. Have a good one,
Yes.
Bill.
Have a good day.
You too.
It's
One
good to
thing,
know about the alcohol.
Well, it was about 3 years ago. It was in the fall. Okay, winter was coming on. I opened that big old garage I had out there, was doing something, and then I left the door open about 4 or 5 inches so I could go back in there in a few minutes. I opened the door, and there was a big old copperhead there.
Oh,
Biggest copperhead I've ever seen in my life. And he started crawling and take off. I mean, now I got to start looking through that place to find him. What would you do?
leave the doors open, throw a bomb.
I did better than that.
One of those smoke grenades or something.
I started the lawnmower and started the generator, the little portable.
Right. Shoved them in there.
Vibration they do not like.
Oh, that's
I
good
started
to know.
both of them, and I opened the front door. And I'm assuming he came out because he was never to be seen again. And that's been several years ago.
Thoughts in my head right now.
Okay. But if you want to go check, you're certainly welcome to do that. You can scout it out for me. Not going to happen, right?
No, not going to.
21-year-old Devon Veronese of Holly Ridge, accused of shooting 2 people early Sunday morning in Surf City, is in the jailhouse in Pender County, currently charged with possession of a firearm by a felon. Let me think about that again. Possession of a firearm by a felon. Okay.
Newsflash.
Assault with a deadly weapon and discharging a firearm into an occupied place. I haven't talked to Surf City PD. I'm sure that they have run the serial number on that gun. I'd like to know where it came from and how he got it. And I can't find any record on him. He's got nothing in North Carolina. I don't think he did. But anyway, at a rather large party that you know something about, you weren't there, in a rented house in the beach community, it appeared a fight broke out.
Yeah.
Video from partygoers showed a disagreement started. Some say over a woman. Go figure.
Yeah.
And Veronese was attacked and beaten.
Yep, I watched the video of it.
During the beatdown, witnesses said he pulled a pistol and just started shooting. He opened fire. One person hit in the hand, another in the leg, both treated for their injuries. Veronese was convicted last September of felony possession of narcotics. He was convicted in North Carolina. Felony possession of narcotics. Given a suspended sentence and placed on supervised probation for 2 years. You want to do the math on that one? He was sentenced last September, less than a year ago, and placed on probation for because he was placed on probation for 2 years. Then he commits another felony here while he's on probation with possession of a gun while he was a convicted felon and shooting 2 people. How do you think that's going to work out for him?
Yeah.
How should it work out for him is probably not the way it's going to work out for him. That's just the way things go, unfortunately.
He was getting his butt beat in the video.
Well, he should have been.
That's all over Facebook too now. Did you know that? It's all
So my daughter was staying at the house across the street from this party. It was a 2-day party.
And she wasn't invited?
No, but they came over on Friday night and said they were having a party. And
they warned her.
They planned to keep the noise down after 10 p.m. And, my grandson was there. And it was my daughter's father-in-law comes down from Massachusetts every year, and he rents a beach house. They had all the grandkids there. No, 2 a.m., my daughter got woken up with them fighting in the street. This was Friday night.
That's the night before.
Drunk, the night before, drunk fighting in the street. It was, and she said she started yelling at them, then realized a lot of them had weapons.
Yeah.
So she went right back into the house.
Smart move.
Yeah.
No need of taking on any income.
No.
Okay, our lines are open, 910-333-0139, 910-333-0139. I still want to know what you think about the debate tonight. Are you going to watch it? Not y'all, I know you are.
Yes.
Are you going to watch the debate tonight? What are you going to go in there with that you hope to come out with something else? Or do you hope to come out with a firm decision one way or the other, or are you just going to vote for me? None of the above. You're live in local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. We'll be right back.
Onslow County, this is your Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Hey y'all, 4th of July is right around the corner, so you'll need to stop by the Richlands Piggly Wiggly to get prepared. Get that Blackstone sizzling with some fresh ground beef, 10 pounds or more for $2.99 a pound, or some fresh fryer leg quarters for 69 cents a pound. These deals will make you squeal louder than those fireworks. And aw shucks, y'all, we have North Carolina grown fresh corn, 3 ears for 99 cents. It's corn, a big lump of knobs. It has juice. I know y'all seen that video. And nothing says 4th of July like some whole seedless watermelons for $3.98 each. Now that deal is one in a million. Let freedom ring, y'all, and get 4th of July ready at Wiggly.
Home Connections of Beulahville is connecting people with the American dream of home ownership. In addition to single wides, double wides, and modular homes, Home Connections offers custom building and land home packages throughout eastern North Carolina just for you. Whether it be a single wide, double wide, modular home, or custom built dream home, Home Connections will make it happen. Home Connections sincerely wants you to have the American dream, your own home. Home Connections features homes by Clayton with a variety of floor plans and amenities to choose from, and many finance options available. Home Connections can make owning your own home affordable and simple. 50% of new home buyers at Home Connections are through referrals, and references are gladly provided. For your convenience, Home Connections in Beulahville is now open from 9 to 6 Monday through Friday and 9 till 2 on Saturdays. Beautiful homes, friendly staff, and financing. All you need to do now is call Bobby or Reggie, 910-298-3387. That's 910-298-3387, or visit ourhomeconnections.com.
Home Connections, Highway 24, Beulahville, on your way to and from the beach.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
Vacation season is here. That means fishing and fun. Make sure your car or truck is ready for the road with a visit to Battlefield Automotive, 1214 West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro. If your check engine light is on, you may be looking at an expensive repair bill down the road, complicated by extreme temperatures and an engine that's not prepared to handle it. The pros at Battlefield Automotive can check your battery, starter, and charging system, charge and repair air conditioning systems to keep you cool and tune up your engine. They do everything from oil changes to brakes, and they carry a complete line of accessories. Battlefield Automotive are experts in both domestic and foreign car and truck repair and guarantee all their work using only ASC certified mechanics. So, whether it's a battery, a simple hose, tune-up, or just getting your ride ready for a getaway, call 910-325-0828. Visit Battlefield Automotive today, 1214 West Corbett Road, in the friendly city by the sea in Swansboro. Again, for Battlefield Automotive, call 910-325-0828.
Comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843. Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back. Police over in New Bern say the death of a man in the city appears to be homicide. The body of 36-year-old Dominique Brown, no kin, was found in a grassy area about 5 o'clock Monday morning. Broadcast reports indicate he may have been shot. Okay. Y'all got any better information than may have been shot? Detectives are investigating. Brown was given a probationary sentence in 2020 following a conviction for possession of a gun by a felon. Not sure where his felony conviction came from, but he has no criminal history in North Carolina. Okay, I know I'm going to generate a call here or two because I'm going to go off. Sit back, hold on to your hat in your drawers.
I already have my feet up from the snake.
This is another story that at first made me mad, then made me sick, then returned me to a state of mad beyond belief. A girl, 12 years of age, sexually assaulted, then brutally murdered in Texas last week. A girl, 12 years of age. The evidence shows that she fought desperately to no avail against her attackers. Police have two excuses for humans in custody, two illegal immigrants.
One with an ankle bracelet.
Her name is Jocelyn Nungare.
Mhm.
She lived and died in Houston.
Yep.
The two illegals are from Venezuela.
Yep.
They met up on their way to the United States, then reconnected miraculously when they got to Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Their names are not important. I don't even want to glorify them with their names. They're
Right.
scumbag number one and scumbag number two.
Mm-hmm.
Scumbag number one was placed on a bond of $10 million. He still has visible marks on him that police say were inflicted by the preteen girl. Number one is 21. He's got two kids, two of age, not living in this country. Scumbag number two, he's 26. Claimed he tried to stop the attack after dragging the partially nude and bound girl. Number one got on top of her and strangled her to death with his bare hands. She died while looking up at him. Number two was told to throw the body in the water to remove DNA evidence.
Right.
He later called his boss and said he and his friend had been partying, got drunk, someone ended up dead, and he needed money to leave town. Number two is also in jail under $10 million bond. Both are charged with capital murder. Yes, it made me sick and it made me mad. Obviously mad at both of the illegals, but I'm not just mad at them. I'm mad at our system.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mad at the system that we have in this country that allows people to come into this country knowing that they don't always don't play by the same rules we do back in their homes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mad at our government. Not any particular person or persons of any government, of our government, not particularly mad at anybody of a political party affiliation. Don't care. I'm mad at all of them. Our government is supposed to protect us. It has failed. If our government cannot protect 12-year-old girls from scum that it has allowed and encouraged to come here and kill, how can I live and how can I have faith that they can protect me, us, my family, you, your families from invading governments like North Korea, Russia, Iran, Cuba, and Venezuela? Our government can't even protect us from drug traffickers. The most recent fentanyl death count that I can find showed that in 1 year, help me, Kelly, you stay on top of this better than I do, more than 100,000, I recall 110,000 Americans died from fentanyl overdoses, from a drug that's primarily manufactured in China, pressed into pills by the drug cartels in Mexico, then shipped into the United States by truckloads. I want you, any one of you who still sits on your high horse, tell me why I should not be mad. Do not think of blaming any one individual. Do not think of saying that our border invasion has been going on for a long time. We all know that. I don't care what excuses you have or what politician you want to blame. Tell that to the parents of a 12-year-old Houston girl. Check out the news sites that have pictures of this little girl with her whole life ahead of her playing the violin. Our entire system needs overhauling. Our Constitution says that our government will protect our borders. Guess what? Every one of our elected officials took an oath to uphold the Constitution. Every one of our elected officials bears responsibility for this and many other deaths in this country. Donald Trump, he wants to kick out all of the illegals. Okay, I suggest that the first people we kick out of our elected will be our elected officials and kick them out of Washington. 435 congressmen, 100 senators, go. We need another Continental Congress made up of ordinary citizens, not professionals, to deal with the number one problem that the majority of Americans consider is our border crisis. We need a country of Americans who will get this country back on track. Making it great again is the least of my problems. Keeping us alive and safe outdistances any political slogans. I'll give a pass for 1 year to any elected U.S. official representative who has been in office for 3 terms or less. Everyone else must go. And those who are left behind, you have a 1-year extension to get it done. First thing you'd better do is take care of us. Until that happens, I will have a difficult time voting for anyone at the federal level. If Jacksonville and Onslow lawmakers, the city council, the county commissioners, and law enforcement officers, sheriff's office, police officers failed as miserably as our congressional lawmakers and federal law enforcement agencies have failed, I am pretty damn sure the citizens around these parts would be up in arms. You're live and local, Real Talk. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. More Supreme Court opinions are released just after 10 a.m. Eastern. One briefly up on the court's website shows part of Idaho's near total abortion ban remaining on hold.
The case centers on whether federal law supersedes the state on performing abortions in emergency situations to protect the patient's health. Justices have other major opinions left to publish before the term ends, including former President Trump's immunity claim in his federal election interference trial. Jared Halpern, Fox News.
President Biden leaves Camp David in Maryland around noon for tonight's CNN presidential debate in Atlanta.
With at least 16 advisors, Biden's reportedly been holding mock debates in an airplane hangar and movie theater converted to a stage as Trump opts out of formal preps in favor of campaign trail policy talks.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich, former President Trump, right now is home in Florida. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1
WSME.
It's live and local. Real Talk.
Okay, I went and took a cold shower.
Well, you were talking about the story, and it just breaks my heart. And every time it comes on the news, I have to walk away from the channel because it just breaks my heart that a 12-year-old, well, for anybody actually, but she's a child, and they lured her under that bridge and did what they did. Well, yesterday in Texas, a 41-year-old was executed by lethal injection for the murder
How
and
long had
rape.
he been on death row?
24 years.
They executed him on her birthday.
Yes.
Which I think is fitting.
24 years.
It's crap that he was there 24 years.
I would not honor him by executing him on her birthday.
Yeah,
she had.
Texas said it was due to make a statement, but yeah,
I can make a statement for you.
I got plenty of.
Well,
statements
his final breaths were, I just can't put into words the pain. I've caused y'all the hurt that I took away that I cannot give back. And the girl's mother said, he doesn't deserve mercy.
No,
he doesn't deserve mercy in that. She didn't care what he said.
That phenobarbital shot that you got, let's see if it really takes the pain away. And I would knock the absolute dog crap out of him.
Right. He ended his little, I'm so sorry speech.
Your mama said the same thing about you. You're sorry.
He kidnapped her.
God bless you all, Ward. Yeah, he went to this house to get drug money.
Yeah.
Because he thought they had money there.
Raped her and took her to his family's ranch.
She was a beautiful young woman, too. She was just got a job at a resort, was working there with hopes to go to nursing school.
Oh, it gets better, Rayford. Her body wasn't found until 2002. It happened in 2001 when he led authorities to her remains in Southwest Texas after he had received 2 life sentences for kidnapping and raping another woman. Yeah.
And it took how long? 23 years?
Yep.
22 years?
24 years to kill him. That's
to put him down? If y'all can't do it, I could get you a list of volunteers.
Same.
It took him confessing while in prison to another inmate about killing Miss Bridget Townsend, or they would have never known what happened to her. Oh, yeah. Now he wants to apologize. God have mercy on me. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Bless you, Warden, as they put the needle in.
Well, today
Take it and
in
shove it, dude.
Oklahoma, some guy named Richard Roham is supposed to be executed for the 1984. I said 1984 abduction, rape, and killing of a 7-year-old.
You guys, most of you were not even born in 1984 who live around this neck of the woods. Think about it.
He has been in Oklahoma, I guess, death row since then for the abduction, rape, and killing of a 7-year-old. Why has it taken 40 years?
We've got some Libby.
Can't stand it. Yep.
Well,
Cannot stand it.
we got some people in our system that just need to go away. And if it's our legislators who cannot come up, if our state legislators, we have 150 people the last count, and I don't know what it is today. Some of them have died. Some of them got paroled out, no doubt about it, who were on death row, commuted their sentences for one reason or another, which is no reason. If our legislators cannot get together and demand that we move forward, set execution dates for these individuals, and start clearing out death row. We could clear out death row between now and the end of this year.
Agreed.
You don't need to get that stupid cocktails that y'all say are controversial, that it cause, it causes pain. We don't know what kind of agony that they go. Who cares, number one? But number two, you got plenty of fentanyl. Just take all that stuff that the state labs got, all the police departments have got in evidence right now. Just hook them up with that.
But they can walk down the street and buy it on the corner, and you know what I mean?
You don't need to buy it. We already stole it from the drug dealers.
Yeah.
We took it from them, so now let's put it to use.
Problem solved. Or let a bunch of mad mamas go in there and deal with them too.
Get
some rage out.
In all reality, mad mamas can talk a lot about it, but they ain't got the guts to do it.
I would.
Yeah, one of our friends brought up a comment on Facebook and said those two murderers will live better in our prisons than they lived in their country.
They do.
Yes,
absolutely.
And the question becomes,
but I'm not here to provide them a place to live at my expense.
Well, why did they put an ankle bracelet on that guy? Like, what made them? Was this is there something they knew? Which I'm just questioning why he had the ankle bracelet, and they admitted they put it on him. Why? I mean, what is the I don't know
what was his crime back home.
What's the criteria to get that ankle? Clearly, nobody's monitoring it, but I mean, those things are not cheap, first of all, but. What made them pick him? Was there something they knew, which would make it even more heinous if that is actually the case?
We can afford to put it on people like that and not monitoring, but we cannot afford to put it on people that we know. Here's been my proposal for a few years. It's not mine. I stole it from another friend of mine. He's passed on now, deputy. Why not every person that we arrest in this county? Why don't we put an ankle that's arrested for breaking and entering or doing something like that? The typical crimes that plague our city and county, right? Right now, that's what plagues our city and county. These break-ins. Every person that we arrest that breaks into a place, as a condition of them being released from jail, they're going to get out on minimal bonds. You know that, $1,000 here, $5,000. Their arrest, their probation is that they wear an ankle bracelet.
I thought some of them do.
That gets out should be required to wear that. That way, the next morning when the detectives come to work and they said, "Okay, what kind of break-ins we got?" And they look up, "Okay, we got this break-in at 918 Henderson Drive. Okay, got it. All right, let's see who was there. What time did it happen? Okay, between 3 and 5 in the morning." So we check to see who was there at 3 and 5 in the morning on the ankle bracelet times.
Yeah, they can look at our cameras too, but yeah.
Just go and check them.
Yeah.
Just go down and where were you? You're lying.
Dumb crooks.
and then
Yeah.
just go pick them up, and then you
I
got 'em.
agree.
And it would save a whole lot of legwork for the detectives. It would save money. Put them back in jail without benefit of bond. Second go around, if you're on bond and you commit a crime, bond should not be available on
I
the
agree.
second crime.
And I'm hoping that some reporter does enough digging
Good luck.
to ask why that guy. I just want to know, like, what I would like to know the criteria, but why, what did he do to say for our Border Patrol people to say we need to slap an ankle bracelet on him? I just want to know. I mean, what is the criteria? Because obviously not everybody gets one.
Maybe they do it by his birthday. Maybe if he's born on
Yeah.
the 22nd of the month. Maybe if he was
Yeah.
born on the 12th.
It was like some random. Yeah,
Random.
I
Who
just don't
knows?
know.
Maybe it's every third person that walks through the line.
Or did they know he was a criminal element?
If he was a criminal element, why was he allowed in the country, and why haven't you deported him?
Once again, which is why they probably, if that is, they knew it and didn't do anything, it's going to make them look bad. Yeah, I don't know. But they're not saying, which is just odd to me. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it. But,
Yeah.
well, I want to say this. I mentioned our House was overriding some vetoes. Some of these things I didn't even realize were a thing. They're talking about a DMV apparently wants to add a new digital driver's license that could be stored on your phone.
Oh, no.
Yep. So they
No.
agreed. They agreed to that.
No.
One I have
Not on
mixed-
mine. Not unless I got to have a paper copy. I got to have a plastic copy.
This would have came in handy at the ball game, but neither here nor there. Yeah. So the
remember that.
ABC stores, this I have mixed feelings about. They will change a law that will allow them to offer sample tastings. Okay, I don't have a problem with that one. Allow ABC stores to stay open on New Year's Day, 4th of July, and Labor Day. I don't know how I feel about that one. I have very
Well, they
mixed
got to
feelings.
restock on New Year's Day because you used it all up the night before.
Yeah.
But they don't need it on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
Poor planning on your
yeah.
part does not create a situation like this, an emergency on mine. Forget about it.
And to allow takeout and delivery cocktails again. Remember, they were allowed during
Yes.
the pandemic.
I didn't know.
That I don't know about. And then allow, this one just I don't really care much about, allow ABC stores to sell gift cards, souvenirs, and empty barrels.
Empty barrel.
You
empty
could use,
barrels.
it says empty barrels.
What kind of empty barrels does a liquor store have?
I would say maybe whiskey barrel. That's what I don't
They
know.
don't
That's
get it
what,
in
yeah.
bulk.
I
They
don't
bottle
know.
it.
I don't know.
I mean,
And what do they mean by souvenirs? I don't know what that means.
all
That's
right.
odd.
Okay. Here's something. You go into a liquor store and you find there's one in a liquor store that I've been wanting for a long
Mhm.
time. I've been threatening to steal it. Captain
Mhm.
Morgan.
Yeah.
I don't like Captain Morgan, but
it's a cool thing.
I,
yeah.
I like the statue because
Yeah.
I put that on the bow of my boat.
Heck
The
yeah.
Pirate attack.
Yeah, put them on there.
Think
Yeah.
about it.
So I don't know.
I like
Empty
Captain
barrel.
Jack.
I don't know. You're right. Why would they have an empty barrel? Good question. I don't know, Reverend.
Now if they are talking about, which they already do, if they're talking about some of the people that are distillers here, legal distillers, they get empty barrels, right?
Yeah, so I don't know.
And they sell them though.
Yeah.
They already sell them.
Yeah, because you can use that in gardening and a whole bunch of. There's a whole bunch of things you can make
Cut that
tables
sucker-
out of them. Yeah.
Cut that sucker in half,
Yeah.
and you got two raised beds, or two not raised beds, but two beds right there.
Mhm. Now there is another one to a different law they're trying to pass. They've overridden me, and I'm all for this one. New rules making it easier to eject squatters from private
Oh
property.
yes, please, absolutely.
Yes, and these new rules have apparently, according to WRAL, led to a fight between law enforcement lobby groups and real estate lobby groups over how to enforce it. Why are you arguing about it? You call the cops, say, "Hey, these people are." End of story.
Do you have a legal right to be here? If not, you broke in.
Correct.
It's a simple
I mean,
matter
what
of
are they
breaking and
fighting
entering.
over? Yeah, what do you mean over who enforces it? There's a law.
Now I've got some stuff. Timmy and I are going to team up.
Mm-hmm.
Timmy, are you listening? We're going to team up. I've got an idea.
Okay.
Timmy's got a place. We can rent something, and it's not jackasses. We
Mm-hmm.
can rent a critter that will evict anybody and everybody from that house.
A snake.
Skunks.
Oh, good point.
We put the skunk underneath the house.
That skunk smell is awful. I agree with that now.
How's that sound?
there's another one, which
Timmy's
I'm all
laughing if
about.
he's listening.
Crack down on convenience stores and smoke shops that can prevent them from
Absolutely.
selling vaping products. Certain ones. I agree. I knew that was coming because I'm on the committee for that. But this one I have mixed feelings about. I need to, and I can't. I was sitting here earlier trying to find more information about it, and I can't, which is kind of scary. A pilot program to be tested in Vance and Granville counties. I don't know where they are. Before statewide expansion, that would pay mosque or other religious institutions to offer mental health or substance abuse treatment services. I mean, you can't just have any willy-nilly person doing these type of services. You can do major harm to somebody. I mean, are they meaning we'll pay you, but if you employ licensed people, which is what I hope
sure.
we're going to do.
I'm sure they.
But I can't find. I was on here earlier for 5 minutes. I can't find anything, so I need more on that.
Wow.
So, any of our representatives who listen and never call in, can you call and or message us and let us know about this one? Because I'd like to see the wording. Just,
Yeah, I'm sure
that's
that they
would
would
cause some
require that they be
significant harm.
licensed.
Well, it'd be illegal to do it if you're
Now,
not
here's
licensed.
one that's interesting. Requiring all, this is up by my original neck of the woods, requiring all Forsyth County towns except Winston-Salem, which is really the biggest town in Forsyth County, to make their city council elections partisan and held in off years. That was weird.
Okay. Well, they got nonpartisan here held in off years.
Yeah. So that's in, but here gets the last one it's showing changing how a number of counties around the state elect their school board members. What does that mean? What counties? What? That's literally all it says.
You'd have to look up the bill and look at the language. I mean, I
changing
can look
how
them up,
a
but
number
it's gonna
of
take a
counties
while.
around the state elect their school. I mean, it was all universal, but clearly not.
No, some are partisan,
Yeah.
some are not.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's-
So I don't know.
We are now partisan in Oslo.
Yeah.
It was not partisan before.
And some of
nonpartisan.
them, and
Which I personally agree
it-
with,
it-
by the way, on school board elections and judicial elections, it should be nonpartisan.
And I think, but changing how a number of counties. So I'm hoping maybe they're listed. I don't know. It just that's all it says.
Well, it's about to become that way again because with some of the actions with some of the members and people are tired of it.
Yeah.
And what used to be an all Republican seated this, there's a strong chance you may see a Democrat or two get in there.
Oh, yeah.
And eventually, I think you're going to see more and more unaffiliated run for office.
See,
too.
that
So-
would not be a problem for me. That would be,
Right.
since the majority of
You
the
could
people in
run.
Onslow County are unaffiliated, hello,
Right.
majority of the voters are unaffiliated, why not open it up to make it easy for them?
And apparently, they also are going to legally define anti-Semitism. I thought that already
Right.
was, but I hear you.
Well, I know they went back
Webster,
and,
it's in the dictionary.
Yeah.
Let's take a break. You're live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Weather's next.
Hey, it's Cool Bobby B. Jacksonville, Onslow County, and beyond, you have found the official station for the Doo-Wop Stop. Heard Saturday nights, 7 till 10, right here on Freedom 97.1 WSME and worldwide at WSME971.com. Join me as we play the absolute best and greatest doo-wop songs of all time. Saturday night, 7 till 10. Get connected now at doowopstop.com.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find or check out our latest publication online.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Summer vacation season is here, and if your plans include hitting the road to do some traveling, then make sure to visit to Silent Service Centers on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle. A trip to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind, with the best value on all name brand tires, and the largest selection of used tires in the area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. And what is really nice is there's no long wait time. Silent Service Center knows you are busy and will have you back on the road in a hurry. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and paid top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, 8 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. Southern Touch Power Washing and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting Maintenance, Power Washing and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want it painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
If you're looking for a home, or perhaps you want to sell your house, why would you not pick a realtor that knows Eastern North Carolina? Candy Brown Thompson has lived her entire life in this area and knows the territory like the back of her hand. She's a realtor with Century 21 Champion in Jacksonville and is known as a professional that will do everything possible to find the right home to meet your needs. It matters not whether you're looking for a small starter home or you're ready for a larger home. Candy will stick her neck out and check out homes throughout the eastern part of the state. She's known to look high and low and show you as many houses as you want until you have found the perfect house you can turn into a home. Throughout the process, she'll treat you with grace, kindness, and integrity, and you'll love her sense of humor. For a realtor dedicated to her clients, give Candy Brown Thompson of Century 21 Champion a call at 910-787-5600. That's 910-787-5600.
It's live and local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Marine weather forecast brought to you by, every day at this time, Community Prevention Services. Everyone has good days and bad days. We all know that. I have sometimes, I think, probably more bad days than I have good days. And when life is getting you down and that you're having more bad days than good days, it might be time for a little help. Whether it's the stress of your job, maybe you're stressed because you can't find a job. We have a lot of that going around. Do you have any people, any clients who are looking for jobs and they just can't find something to suit them?
Yes.
That's pretty stressful.
Had one yesterday. Mm-hmm.
Man, you might need a little help. Sometimes things are out of your control on your job. Your company may hire someone as a new supervisor, your new supervisor, who just doesn't work out. He's a pain in the back, right?
There's a lot of that.
I'm
Believe it
sure.
or not.
And you don't see eye to eye with them. Maybe if you're now, how often does this happen? Somebody who's been in the job 20 years, 15, 18 years, is pretty well experienced, and they bring in some young whippersnapper to be a supervisor.
Yeah.
Does it cause stress?
That causes a lot of stress. So it can cause a lot of friction.
Amazing how that happens,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe this person just rubs you the wrong way.
That happens too. Yeah.
The counselors at Community Prevention Services may explain that whatever is going on is not your fault, but in reality, you may have to either move on or just deal with the issues. The one thing you don't want is to blame yourself. You're not always to blame. Now, there may be some times when you provoke a new supervisor and you go out and above and you're doing things to aggravate him, to make him or her look bad. That's on you.
Correct.
And like going postal.
Like going postal.
Yeah, that's kind of like the same thing. Talk it over with a counselor. The alternative options at your workplace. You may switch to a different shift and then avoid that supervisor completely. Call Community Prevention Services today. The trained staff has your interest at heart. You're never going to hear anything on the streets from your friends, your family, your neighbors about what you've shared with your counselor. Doesn't happen. It's all strictly confidential.
Yep.
Don't let finances hold you back either. The company accepts most insurance plans. Call today for an appointment, 910-353-0972. Community Prevention Services of Jacksonville, located at 918 Henderson Drive, and we all should know about where that is. Offshore, get out there about 20 nautical miles, all the way out from shore to 20 nautical miles offshore. Southwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 3 to 4 feet, 3-foot waves from the south every 5 seconds. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop. Northeasterly winds tomorrow about 5 knots, becoming easterly 10 to 15 in the afternoon. Seas 2 to 3. Sounds and rivers are flat, increasing to a moderate chop in the afternoon. By Saturday, so the wind's going to be from the south 5 to 10 knots, seas 2 to 3 feet. Sounds and rivers a light chop.
Before getting the weather, why does that orange X look even more oranger since I've been here?
Well, there's
It's
the 8
your
o'clock advisory.
imagination. You've got to refresh the screen.
Wow.
You're just focused on it.
It just looks
It
more
does?
orange than when I got in here this morning.
Well,
It
I'm going to
does,
take a
Yeah.
look-see while you're
Okay, while you're doing
your
that,
thing.
showers and thunderstorms likely today, mainly after 3 p.m. Partly sunny, high of 94, with heat index values today as high as 106. Please be careful outside and do not keep your pets out in the heat. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms likely, mainly before 11 p.m. I don't understand the patchy fog before 9 and then after 5 a.m. That's just weird
After
to me.
5 a.m.
Yeah, it says patchy fog before 9. Well, it gets dark at like 8:35. I mean,
Before 9 p.m.
yeah. And
Okay, well,
then,
that's when the temperatures are cooling down.
so I guess between dusk and I don't know. This is weird. And then patchy fog after 5 a.m. Otherwise, mostly cloudy, low of 71. But we have a 60% chance of rain overnight tonight as well. Then tomorrow, patchy fog before 8, I guess from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m.
Yep.
Then otherwise,
That's
mostly
normal.
sunny, high of 90. Yes. And tomorrow's heat index value will be 101.
Yeah, if you're traveling on Highway 24, coming into Jacksonville or going from Jacksonville to Moorhead or something like that, around that little Cape Carteret area.
Area.
Oh, the low-lying, they call it a low-lying area because
They
there's a
do.
little creek that comes up there.
There is.
Right there at
And
the bridges.
If there's going to be some fog, it's going to be right there.
Yep.
Right.
I've
So-
seen it.
Okay, the 8 o'clock advisory, and the X is not more oranger, as you said.
It looks more oranger from here.
It grew. Look, it moved.
More oranger. Yes, it's moving a little bit, but it is still southwest of the Cape Verde Islands, a couple hundred miles. And the environmental conditions are forecast to be conducive. Development of this system is likely. Tropical depression or tropical storm is probably going to happen over the weekend, several hundred miles east of the Windward Islands, while the system moves westward at 15 to 20 miles per hour. Windward Islands, if you look at those maps around the Caribbean and whatever, there's a chain of islands that runs down, starts down with Cuba, just south of Florida, the U.S. East Coast, and there's a little line goes over to the east. Just follow that line. You got Hispaniola, then you're going to have Puerto Rico, the British Virgin Islands, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and from that area down, curving down towards Central America to the northern to northeastern part of Central America. That's called the Windward Islands. On the lower end, you got the lesser Windward Islands. You got the greater Windward Islands up north. Okay.
Wow.
So this could come
Right.
anywhere in that general direction. It could come north of there. It could go through the Caribbean, just as this other system is doing right now. It looks like it's moved back towards the west and it's not moving towards the north now at this time anyway. That's sort of a good sign for us, not so for the Yucatan, Honduras, and whatever. But the system that we're looking at, disturbance number 2, they call it. This is one we got to keep our eyes on. Not going to happen over the weekend. It could develop into something, but it's not going to be impacting us over the weekend. It may not ever impact us, but it's something you need to be following. Now, you've got plenty of time. We've talked about things you should be doing now, and a weather radio. It has batteries in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I better get
Did
prepared
yours-
for this afternoon.
Did yours go off a couple of days ago?
I almost called you.
Mine, both of them going off. I got another one up here.
I think I'm getting the alerts for the entire state. It was every 15
Well,
minutes.
we had it too, but I don't get them for the widespread area. I got them for
Mine's
four counties,
widespread.
five
I don't know what happened, but
Anywho,
and then as soon as you get that, you get the Marine one.
also, if there is one, the other thing you need to get is a battery-powered radio. Okay, a battery-powered radio. If the internet's dead, if cable is out, you're gonna go back to old school, y'all.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna be back to the basics.
Yeah,
Your
little-
telephone may or may not be working. At some point in time, it's likely to quit working if something is really going to be impacting us. So get prepared for all of that. You'll just need to be able to hunker down. That's it. If you want to stay in contact with, say, your neighbors during a time like this, if all of you will go out, and you can order it right now, and you'll have it in plenty of time. There's something called the Family Radio Service, FRS.
Okay.
They got very low-powered walkie-talkies. They'll
Wow.
go a half mile or so, and you can talk on them. They're not the CB radios. You don't pick up all the garbage, but you can pick up. They got 10 channels or so, and you can pick up a channel. And all of y'all can agree to get on a certain channel in case of a situation in your right neighborhood. How about that for a community watch? You can get them for $15 a pop. Sometimes you can get them for $20 for a pair. You can buy them locally. You can order them online. If you will look, this is not a plug, but if you go to eBay and look for Uniden FRS radios, unlicensed, short range, cool to have, order a pair of them. That way, when you and your wife or your husband, you're out going shopping together and you're in these big old stores, you can talk to each other about what you've just bought so you don't double up.
I'm going to put that link right there on our
Okay.
page, on our comments.
How's that
It's
sound
through
to
the
you?
FCC. It tells you all about it.
Yep. It's not bad. All right, the storm is out there. Hopefully it won't develop into anything, and if it does, hopefully it will turn to the north and then back to the northeast and just get out of here. Ireland should be in its path. It won't get that far, but that's the direction of travel it should take. Got any good Irish jokes? I haven't heard one in a while.
No,
Why? You're anti-jokes or what?
no, I just don't have any.
Oh,
Lord, it's almost Miller time. Save us.
all right, Chris, it's time. We'll come up. Is Miller beer sold in Ireland?
Yeah. Oh no, Budweiser is.
Budweiser.
They like Budweiser. Some of them.
Oh,
do.
Miller? So Chris Miller can't even go there. Have to change his name to Budweiser.
Nobody likes Miller beer. It's gross. It's watery.
I don't have a problem with it.
So watery.
But
I
I'm
don't
not
either.
much of a drinker
Watery
either.
beer.
I don't have any problem with it. I don't drink beer.
I'm seriously not much of a drinker, but I'll drink a Miller in a heartbeat or a Bud. The woke Bud.
You know what's
I
really
don't have a
hard to
problem
find
with
in
it.
this neck of the woods?
What's that?
Something that she will drink called Guinness.
It's not
'Cause
hard to find.
Only Guinness that I ever see is something that I bought you one time for Christmas, and it's called Stout. So Robin got it all.
They sell regular Guinness here.
Where?
You can get it at the store.
Not me.
I've seen it at Food Line. I've seen
I've
it at
looked for it.
Publix. I've seen it at Lowe's. I've seen it at
haven't looked at
Walmart.
Publix or
Yeah,
Lowe's, but
yeah, they have it.
every time there was something up, I'd look for it for you, and I've yet to find it. So I
And
didn't know the difference. I
The
bought
bottled,
Stout.
the bottled, well, the stout is just more tart.
Manly.
And then,
Manly.
but they, it's better in bottles than in a can.
Better than what?
It's better in bottles than in a can. But yeah, they sell it. You can get it.
Yeah, I kid around a lot, but I'm really not much of a drinker, so I don't go into all those different, light, medium, stout. I'm just
For an event that we had here a few years ago,
Uh-huh.
I went out and bought a whole variety of beers.
That's what I do for my Super Bowl party.
My problem is
Mm-hmm.
I ran out of room to store them. I got a new little refrigerator for the garage yesterday, a temporary one, while the guy's going to be fixing my big one,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Okay.
where I used to always have my overflow, including watermelons and stuff like that. But I got one of these. You see them in stores. It's a little, about this tall.
Yeah.
It's got
Yes.
Pepsi Cola written all over it.
Yeah. Oh.
Glass front. It's a nice looking
Oh,
unit.
yeah.
I'd like to keep it. He might not get it back, but I want someone to get my other one fixed.
After we do Miller Time, remind me because
But
we've
it's
had
got all the old beer in it, is what I'm saying.
we've
Does it
had
go bad, by the way?
It does.
Oh,
Beer does go bad.
got an expiration date on it?
Yes, some of them actually do have expiration date. Yeah.
So what can I do with it when it expires?
Dump it. Pour it out and then recycle the cans or bottles.
water your plants.
I don't know about that, but yeah.
You won't hurt them.
What if we had
It gets-
caterpillars and
It goes flat.
snails and stuff like that? You put it in the can, little open tin thing,
Why would you do that?
because they'll crawl into it and die.
Oh my Lord.
They drink themselves to death.
That's just wrong.
You're live in local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back.
Freedom 97.1.
If you are looking to purchase a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV without the high pressure, Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, may be the dealership for you. At Onslow County Motor Company, they want to help you buy a car, truck, or SUV, not just sell you one. Buying a car, truck, or SUV should be enjoyable, and the folks at Onslow County Motor Company will do their best in making your car buying experience fun and relaxed. Check out their inventory online at ocmc.us or visit them at 1639 Lejeune Boulevard. All vehicles are hand selected and a standard warranty comes with most vehicles, with extended warranties available, and Carfax is free. Stop by and visit Ben, Brandon, Travis, or Terry. They will gladly answer all your questions about a particular model. Financing? Well, Zeke will finance most anybody. Great selection, great people. Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, where customers are their friends.
Call today, 910-355-7066. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro can save you money on your automobile insurance with new options that are available now. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you are in good hands, like helping you customize your auto, home, and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own Home policy. Yes. Save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Save more money on your automobile insurance today with Tammy Fry Allstate. Phone 910-326-5383 today. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for summer. And you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Come today and see how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up control with traditional lap to a familiar steering wheel experience. Four-wheel control provides precision, maneuverability, and stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Adjustable automotive-inspired high back seat lets you comfortably cut at your maximum speed, while a heavy-duty mowing deck powers your yard for a premium cut. Combine steering wheel control with premium features of the Cub Cadet Ultima Series, and you get a zero-turn mower ready to unlock the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and a superior service.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Okay, we're back, and you know what time it is? It is Miller time. Chris, you can't go to Ireland. Did you know that?
I'm sorry, say that again?
You cannot go to Ireland.
Why?
Oh, well, why is that?
They don't allow Miller in Ireland.
Oh, stop.
Oh.
He thinks he's funny, Chris. Don't even laugh at
No,
him.
you're the one who told me.
I didn't tell. I
asked
don't
you-
start with your crazy jokes.
I asked you
today.
if they had Miller time, Miller beer in Ireland. You said no.
I mean, you can probably find it somewhere, but it's not what they drink. They'll drink Budweiser though. So gross.
So what makes Bud wiser?
What?
His IQ.
Oh my God.
All right, Chris. That's enough.
It has been a fascinating show between snakes and orange blips on the map, and now
Yeah, I know,
beer.
Chris. Yeah.
It's been an outside the box type of show today, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Yes, it has.
We just wait till tomorrow when we get on the debate.
We need a guest
tonight.
tomorrow, Chris. You need to come in.
I guess the silliness has started from this morning. We don't have to wait till tonight at 9 o'clock to wait for all the silliness.
Oh, that's going to be nonsense.
Now,
Yeah.
according to Steve yesterday, the silliness is going to begin on NBC
Well-
because they're going to go on the air with a pre-debate beginning at 7 o'clock. Talk for 2 hours about a debate that's going to come up. That's going to only be 90 minutes long.
Well, I have
Whatever.
a message from one of our listeners about tonight, and we'll talk about that after.
Okay. All right, Chris.
What
what's
kind
going
of
on
sports news
sports-wise?
you got for us?
Well, and that's the great thing about sports. That it's as long as politics is not involved, and people can escape from the
Yes.
realities and escape from all the riffraff that's going on in the world. And I tell you what, I saw the Ospreys play last night. They fell short. They lost 9-3 at home against the Clayton Clovers. But Clayton is probably the best team in the league, and they show that for a reason. But the Ospreys, they were down 9-0 for a while, but kept on playing hard and didn't give up. So I mean, that's what it's about. And it's always cool to lose or draw. That you have some young kids come out to the field with the ball players and they sign autographs, and I mean, just things like that is what makes this team so cool. And it's really been fun to get to know some of the guys, some of the players that are from different parts of the country and even world. And I think they look for their photos being taken. That's kind of neat to see them pose and flex those muscles that these young guys think they have.
There you go.
But it's all fun. But they're going to be on the road for the next couple times, and then they'll be back to home next week.
Are you taking the pictures of all the Ospreys? I mean, are you doing that when you're covering the games, or do you have one of the other guys come in to shoot?
No, I usually take the photos myself. I don't have a great camera, so the team does permit me to be on the field, which is kind of a cool setup, and you're not really able to do that at the high school game. So it's pretty neat to actually be outside the dugout, and as long as you're not in the ball player's way or the coach's way, you can, you don't mess up a play, then you can be right on the, right all along the fence, but inside the field. So you just gotta watch out for foul balls and things like that. But I think, like I said, my camera is not the greatest in the world. So one thing I try to do is I try to get some good action photos, but I try to get the reaction photos of the guys close up, what their facial expressions are, and how they're interacting with each other. And if somebody tells a great joke and they're laughing about it, and they're having a hoot about it, are they high fiving each other and giving each other a hard time? So just kind of the facial reactions and the emotions that the emotions of them sitting in the dugout. Those are the photos I enjoy taking. I really appreciate the ball team basically allowing me to be that close.
Maybe we could team up. I could do two different things for you if you would like. If you're looking for reaction shots, I can tell them jokes, and you
and eat the hot dogs.
And I can eat the hot dogs. I can tell them jokes, and then you could get pictures of their reactions. What do you think?
Oh, that'd be hey, we can work together, and that's what it's all about. Like so, I think that win, lose or draw, I think the community's really embraced this team, and the fans really enjoy it. I think the young kids really enjoy it, and I think the ball players, most of them 19, 20, 21 years old, college kids, they're kind of been little celebrities here in Onslow County and Jacksonville for the last month or so, and I think they enjoy it, and I think they take that the responsibility of being role models and not showing their rear ends and watching their P's and Q's and playing game the right way. I think they take that seriously, and they do get a little frustrated when maybe things aren't working out, and in the dugout, but that's the place it can be. And they don't fight each other, but you can tell sometimes maybe they get frustrated after they strike out or make a bad play, make an error on the field. But we all do that, and that's okay as long as as long as you're not showing your rear end, and you're still being a good role model for these young kids. I think these guys that's what these guys are doing.
Well, it's great entertainment, but it's also a great training session for them. They, they're learning. They're also learning how to deal with the public and learning to deal with others. I think it's good for everybody. It's great for the city. And maybe I've got a 500 millimeter lens for my camera. Maybe I should go out there and can you put me in a good spot that would be great to catch some action?
Well, I'm sure. I'm sure we can make it work as long as you let me borrow your 500 millimeter camera lens. I think we can make that work.
Well, I'll shoot the pictures, and you can have the pictures for the paper if you want them.
Okay. Well, any help that I can get with great photos and things like that, I'll take. And
okay.
I want to throw. I did want to throw this out there about the Offspring. So they've won. They're 10-10. They've won 10.
Yes.
They've lost 10. And what they do in this league,
it's not bad. It's 500.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's great. And what they do is very similar to what the minor leagues do. So they have a first half of the season and a second half of the season. So starting next week, their record will actually go back to being 0-0.
Oh.
And they'll play half of the season. Same thing they do in the Carolina leagues, Wood Ducks and those minor league teams. They do that. So they're right now they're in a tough conference, a tough division with some of the other powerhouse teams that they play. So if the season ended now, they wouldn't make the playoffs. But like I said, next week they'll be 0-0. They have a chance to start fresh and and maybe get some more players coming in and make some noise the final few weeks of the season.
And here's what I'm kind of looking at. They've got a kind of a feel for what their competition looks like now. They've played them, so maybe they can have a good time with that.
Yeah, and the reason why they do that at this level and then even in the minor leagues, because especially the minor leagues, if you a lot of those players are kind of moving, the pieces are shuffling and moving. They're going to Triple A, they're going to Double A, they're going to the major league. So kind of all of these players are kind of moving in and moving out to different teams. So they just kind of wanted to create a fair balance throughout the season.
Okay, well, we'll have to come up with some Miller jokes. How's that for next week?
Hey, I do want to mention he wrote a great story and great pictures from the game last night, and that's on our page.
Okay.
If anybody wants to, after the show, jump on over and click on that.
You got about 10 minutes.
Yes.
All right, sounds good. Hey,
Yep,
Chris.
posted the photos, and then keep on looking for the feature stories of the players in the
Yes.
next week or so.
Sounds like a winner.
Those are the
look at
best.
that. Yeah.
I like it. I love looking
do.
at the pictures too. And the feature stories, when you can pick some, you go for the really unique stuff. Like you say, think out of the box. Let's do something out of the box. I like that. Good
Yeah.
job.
Nice job. Yes, definitely.
Thank you, Chris, for all you do.
He does a
thank
great
you.
job.
Appreciate it, sir. Talk to you next week, if not before.
Yes, sir.
All right. Take care. You're live and local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Chino Italiano. You. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Chino Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Chino Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only cover protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, Solitech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home that's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for them the best of the best for 2023 in the flooring covering and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering. They're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering. Family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering. You stand on it, we stand behind it.
Chico's Tires, 2320 Wilmington Highway is Jacksonville's oldest tire company, and now Jacksonville's newest tire company is Little Chico's, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard. Little Chico's carries all the major brands and all sizes, such as Michelin, Goodyear, BF Goodrich, Bridgestone, and many others, and all new tires have warranty. In addition to a great selection of new tires, Little Chico's has used tires starting at only $30. In addition to new and used tires, Little Chico's does brake service, minor auto and truck repair, and towing. So if you need tires, new or used, brake service, minor auto or truck, need a tow, visit Jacksonville's newest tire store, Little Chico's, 75 North Marine Boulevard. By phone 910-333-0473 for Little Chico's Tire Service, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local carrier indoor weather team. Serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967. Now offers commercial financing and residential financing as low as 0%. With hurricane season here, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air has Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Humphrey Heating and Air also does residential and commercial plumbing, air duct cleaning for better breathing, and services all brands of HVAC. Turn to the carrier experts, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning. With locations in Jacksonville and Hempstead, visit online humphreyheating.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax, we're on the way. The excitement of baseball has arrived in Jacksonville with the Jacksonville Ospreys Summer Collegiate Baseball Team. Playing their games in inaugural season at Jack Elliott Park in Jacksonville. Bring your family and friends. Catch the fun with games, promotions, and special events. Grab season passes, online tickets, and game times at JacksonvilleOspreys.com. Tickets just $10 at the gate. This summer, swing on over and score some fun with your own Jacksonville Ospreys. Piggly Wiggly Bulk Foods is now open, 149 Willis Parkway, just off Highway 17 North, right here in Jacksonville. Restaurants, food trucks, festival workers, party suppliers, vendors, government, schools, and families of all sizes stroll on down to Piggly Wiggly Bulk Foods and save. They have a huge selection of large pots and pans, plasticware in many shapes and sizes, trays including takeout trays. In addition, Piggly Wiggly Bulk Foods has everyday grocery items, such as Atkinson breaders and mixers, veggies, sauces, puddings, and beans. So if you need to buy in bulk for the long haul or everyday grocery items, Piggly Wiggly Bulk Foods will save you money. Piggly Wiggly Bulk Foods, brand new, 149 Willis Parkway, just off Highway 17 North. Jacksonville, open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Phone 910-455-7800.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okie dokie. We're winding up this day, but on the phone right now, I got one question. The first question I'm going to ask her is, Joy, what do you do with expired beer?
You would pour it out and save the can and recycle it.
See, that's what I said. See?
Okay.
There's many uses
I don't
for
think
it.
there's any fizz left. But I'm not for sure. I don't drink beer.
I don't either, so I was curious. Okay.
So that's just what I'm thinking.
Okay, what else is going on in your mind? You going to watch the debate tonight?
No, I'm going to attempt to if I don't get mad. The reason I'm calling is real quick. Matthew Lovett, who is a pitcher on the Osprey baseball team, his grandmother lives here across the street from me, and Matthew's one of these committed, good, dedicated young men. And growing up as a child, he was always outside here in the front yard trying to get the kids out from their video games to be outside playing the sports, no matter what it was.
It's a good thing.
And his dedication and commitment and doing what he loved, I think, has helped him perform the way he is today. And I'm very proud of him. And I'm very grateful that I was able to watch him grow from a young boy to a young. I hope that he goes farther with his career.
What's his number? Not his telephone number. What's his number on his jersey? On his jersey?
He's that picture on the newspaper today. It's that picture. I don't know his number. There's like 4 or 5 pictures I saw.
All right, we need to get his number. We need to get a shirt, that shirt, and put it up on our wall here. I like him already.
Yes.
Yeah, his parents are in the education field.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And
Chris did a story on him.
Yeah, I know. I saw
a few weeks ago.
He's a good kid, good family. Matter of fact, the only one that would usually go outside and play is my youngest. He loves the outside also. But they would play baseball, golf, football. Whenever Matthew was here, he wanted somebody outside. He wasn't an inside person.
Right.
Okay.
Let's see if I can.
Well, I like that.
Real quick.
That's it's my kind of person.
Local young man, started out just and I went off to school. I went to I forgot the name of the college, but it don't really matter. It does matter, but I forgot he played ball there also. And he's still going to school also.
All right, sounds good.
His last name was Lovett, you said? Okay, his number is 13.
Oh, he's
a pitcher.
My kind of stuff.
Yeah, pitcher. He's a good pitcher.
Okay. We'll see if we can get a shirt of
Going
his.
to Chowan University.
Do they sell some of those souvenirs? I mean, do they sell the jerseys and things like that? Shirts that these guys are wearing?
They did I don't know, but on Facebook, on his parents' page, they did have him sign an autograph. So I know that his mom was like, she was so overwhelmed that there was somebody walking up to her child having him sign an autograph. And I thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
Especially seeing him as a young kid growing up and becoming.
I like that. Thanks for sharing that.
Pursuing.
Joy, that brings a part of the personal part of this whole deal to Onslow County. We appreciate that.
Yes,
You
sir.
can,
Yes, sir.
buy the
And
jerseys.
Half Moon area grew up.
There you go. Sounds like a winner.
Y'all have a good one.
You too.
Bye, Joy.
Every morning at my neighbor's house over there, from this position, there's a squirrel that starts on the other side of the house, runs up to the top of the house, right at the peak, runs down the peak a little bit, then runs down the backside of the house. He just did it again.
He's a peaked squirrel.
He's a peak squirrel. He's at his peak. Squirrel season's right around the corner. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Squirrels.
Presidential election rematch that is extremely close and where every vote may count come November. This one person writes, it's no understatement to say that there's a incredible amount of stake at stake tonight's first of two debates between Biden and Trump.
Well, one of our frequent callers and everyday listeners, Steve, has sent me a message and said he wanted to weigh in, and he feels like that either Trump will not show up tonight or that he will storm off the stage. So it's going to be interesting to see how things are going to go tonight. This is the first one since 1960 that is being televised and not before an audience. It will put an audience present there in the same room.
I think that's wimpy.
Me too.
I think it's wimpy.
That was Richard Nixon and JFK back then. So.
I would, and Richard Nixon sweat that one away.
Yeah,
Did you
because
know
he's
that?
just getting over being sick.
Yeah,
they
just
said that
that's
he
what
was just
that
getting
was
over it.
their story, his story.
Right.
But anyway, that's he's one sweating dude.
Yeah, they kept wiping the sweat and putting a
And
handkerchief over him.
other than that, they were probably evenly matched,
Mhm.
wit for wit. So anyway, okay. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll discuss it then and find out what happens. And, who do y'all think? And if I know we got a rabid anti-Trumper, a rabid pro-Biden person over there, he's going to be checking in with us. Do we have, I'm looking for a rabid Trump person. I want somebody out there who was Trump at all costs. Who would that be? If
I can think of a few.
If
that
y'all
I
can think of
yes.
somebody that would do it, love to have them come in. Maybe
Yes.
to do battle with Steve over the air. What do you think?
Nowadays,
Let's do that.
Get them both
That
in.
way I could continue eating cookies instead.
Get them both in. Put them at the table. Kill it. I gotta go sit way over there.
That's all right.
We're gonna watch the Orange X.
I'm telling you, the orange X is staring me in the face. It's literally in my direct line
It's
of sight.
moving.
It is. It's moving.
We got a couple of. What, are you watching it move right now?
No, it's moved a little bit since this morning.
Oh, well, it
yeah.
has, yeah.
Not until you refresh the screen does it move. But no, it's
No. That screen refreshes itself.
Yeah, it does. It's
But it
moved.
comes up.
How does it do that?
It's my screen. I can do what I want.
You've got a magic
But
screen.
it has a. It will refresh. The
It's
only other
moved.
time it will update is
Mhm.
whenever they put out a new one.
Right. So,
So I
11
think the next
o'clock it'll update
Probably
again.
I don't think it's every 3 hours now. So it should be every 6 hours.
Oh, is it?
It's 6
Okay.
hours.
It should be 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Okay.
Okay. Enough of that. We will see you tomorrow morning for Fabulous Friday, Fun Friday, Red Friday.
Red Friday.
Y'all got it?
Red Friday.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. We'll
Bye.
see you in the morning, 22 hours away. You're live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Fox News is coming up at 10 o'clock. It's going to be another dose of the Daily News with Rick. And at 3 o'clock this afternoon, Rick's going to hand it off to the one, the only, our guy, our man, Chris Hollywood Man.